NEC Table 220.32 is not applicable to guest rooms in a hotel. Guest rooms are classified as transient occupancy, and Article 220 does not provide specific requirements for guest rooms. Instead, Article 517 covers the electrical requirements for guest rooms. A hotel is a building used for temporary occupancy, and its guest rooms, by definition as per NEC 517.1, are not dwelling units. Dwelling units are defined in NEC Article 100 as structures or portions of structures used for residential purposes. Therefore, you should use NEC 517.43 and 517.43b to determine the service entrance for the hotel, taking all electrical loads into account. Do not use Table 220.32 loads. Let's delve further into why this is the case and examine the correct approach for calculating the service entrance requirements for a hotel with guest rooms containing permanent cooking equipment. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of guidelines for electrical installations in buildings. It's designed to ensure safety and prevent electrical hazards. Understanding how the NEC classifies different types of occupancies is crucial for applying the correct electrical requirement. Dwelling units, as defined by the NEC, are structures or portions of structures used for residential purposes. This includes single-family homes, apartments, and individual units in multi-family dwellings. The NEC provides specific rules for calculating the electrical loads in dwelling units, including requirements for general lighting, appliance circuits, and other electrical equipment. These rules are intended to ensure that the electrical system is adequately sized to handle the expected load. Hotels, on the other hand, are classified as transient occupancies. This means that they are used for temporary lodging, typically for a short period of time. Guest rooms in a hotel are not considered dwelling units, even if they contain cooking equipment. This is because the primary purpose of a hotel is to provide temporary accommodation, not permanent residence. Because hotel guest rooms are not dwelling units, the NEC does not allow the use of Table 220.32 to calculate the service entrance requirements. Table 220.32 is specifically designed for dwelling units and does not account for the unique electrical loads found in hotels. Hotels have a variety of electrical loads that are not typically found in dwelling units, such as commercial kitchens, laundry facilities, elevators, and large HVAC systems. These loads can significantly increase the overall electrical demand of the building. Article 517 of the NEC covers the electrical requirements for healthcare facilities, but it also includes provisions for other types of occupancies, including hotels. Section 517.43 specifically addresses the requirements for essential electrical systems in hotels. Essential electrical systems are designed to provide backup power to critical loads in the event of a power outage. These systems typically include generators and automatic transfer switches. To determine the service entrance requirements for a hotel, you should use NEC 517.43 and 517.43b. These sections provide guidance on calculating the total electrical load of the building, taking into account all of the various loads that are present. NEC 517.43 covers the general requirements for calculating the total connected load. It requires you to consider all of the electrical equipment in the building, including lighting, appliances, HVAC systems, and other loads. You should use the nameplate ratings of the equipment to determine the connected load. NEC 517.43b provides additional requirements for calculating the load of guest rooms. It requires you to consider the lighting load, the receptacle load, and the load of any permanently connected appliances. You should also consider the potential for simultaneous operation of these loads. Once you have calculated the total connected load, you can use the NEC to determine the required size of the service entrance conductors and equipment. The NEC provides tables and formulas for calculating the ampacity of conductors and the interrupting rating of circuit breakers and fuses. In addition to the requirements of Article 517, you should also comply with all other applicable requirements of the NEC. This includes requirements for grounding, overcurrent protection, and wiring methods. It is important to consult with a qualified electrical engineer or contractor to ensure that the electrical system for your hotel is designed and installed in accordance with the NEC. A qualified professional can help you to accurately calculate the electrical loads, select the appropriate equipment, and ensure that the installation meets all applicable safety standards. Now let's break down the specific sections of the NEC that are relevant to this topic and provide a more detailed explanation of how to apply them. NEC Article 100 provides definitions for many of the terms used in the NEC. As mentioned earlier, it defines dwelling unit as a single unit providing complete and independent living facilities for one or more persons, including permanent provisions for living, sleeping, cooking, and sanitation. This definition is important because it distinguishes dwelling units from other types of occupancies, such as hotel guest rooms. NEC Article 220 provides requirements for calculating branch circuit, feeder, and service loads. This article includes various tables and formulas for determining the minimum size of conductors and overcurrent protection devices. However, as we have already established, Table 220.32, which is specifically for dwelling units, should not be used for hotel guest rooms. NEC Article 517 covers the electrical requirements for healthcare facilities. While it primarily focuses on hospitals, nursing homes, and other healthcare settings, it also includes Section 517.43, which addresses essential electrical systems in hotels and similar occupancies. NEC 517.1 provides the scope of Article 517, stating that it applies to electrical installations in healthcare facilities and, under certain conditions, to other types of occupancies, including hotels. It clarifies that the requirements of Article 517 are in addition to, or modify, the general requirements of other articles in NEC. NEC 517.43 outlines the general requirements for essential electrical systems in hotels and similar occupancies. It states that these systems must be designed to provide power to specific loads during a power outage, such as emergency lighting, fire alarm systems, and communications systems. The section also requires that the essential electrical system be capable of supplying power to all lighting receptacles and equipment required to be operational during an emergency. To determine the size of the essential electrical system, you must calculate the total connected load of all the loads that will be supplied by the system. This includes the load of the emergency lighting, the fire alarm system, the communication system, and any other equipment that is essential for the safety and operation of the hotel. NEC 517.43b provides specific requirements for guest rooms in hotels and similar occupancies. It requires that each guest room be provided with at least one duplex receptacle that is connected to the essential electrical system. This receptacle can be used to power emergency equipment, such as a portable oxygen concentrator or a medical device. The section also requires that the lighting in each guest room be connected to the essential electrical system. This ensures that guests will have adequate lighting in the event of a power outage. In addition to these specific requirements, you must also comply with all other applicable requirements of the NEC when designing and installing the electrical system for a hotel. This includes requirements for grounding, overcurrent protection, wiring methods, and equipment installation. Grounding is essential for protecting people from electrical shock. The NEC requires that all electrical equipment be properly grounded to provide a path for fault current to flow back to the source. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. These devices will automatically trip or blow if the current in a circuit exceeds a safe level. Wiring methods refer to the types of conductors and raceways that are used to install electrical wiring. The NEC specifies the types of wiring methods that are permitted in different types of occupancies. Equipment installation refers to the way in which electrical equipment is installed and connected. The NEC provides detailed requirements for the installation of various types of equipment, such as lighting fixtures, receptacles, and appliances. When calculating the service entrance requirements for a hotel, it is important to consider all of the various loads that will be connected to the electrical system. This includes the lighting load, the receptacle load, the HVAC load, the elevator load, and any other loads that are present. The lighting load is the total amount of power that will be consumed by all of the lighting fixtures in the building. This load can be calculated by adding up the wattage of all of the light bulbs or lamps. The receptacle load is the total amount of power that will be consumed by all of the receptacles in the building. This load can be calculated by assuming a certain amount of power for each receptacle, typically 180 volt amps for general purpose receptacles. The HVAC load is the total amount of power that will be consumed by the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems. This load can be calculated by using the nameplate ratings of the equipment. The elevator load is the total amount of power that will be consumed by the elevators. This load can be calculated by using the nameplate ratings of the elevator motors. Once you have calculated all of the individual loads, you can add them together to determine the total connected load. This is the total amount of power that will be consumed by all of the electrical equipment in the building at any given time. After determining the total connected load, you can apply demand factors to account for the fact that not all of the loads will be operating at the same time. Demand factors are percentages that are applied to the connected load to reduce the size of the service entrance conductors and equipment. The NEC provides demand factors for various types of loads, such as lighting, receptacles, and HVAC systems. To calculate the service entrance requirements for a hotel, you should consult with a qualified electrical engineer or contractor. A qualified professional can help you to accurately calculate the electrical loads, select the appropriate equipment, and ensure that the installation meets all applicable safety standards. They will be able to guide you through the complexities of the NEC and ensure that your hotel's electrical system is safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. Furthermore, it is crucial to maintain accurate records of all electrical calculations and documentation related to the hotel's electrical system. These records will be essential for future maintenance, modifications, and inspections. They will also help to ensure that the electrical system continues to meet the evolving needs of the hotel. Remember that electrical codes and standards are constantly updated to reflect new technologies and safety practices. It is essential to stay informed about the latest changes to the NEC and other relevant regulations. Regularly review your hotel's electrical system to ensure that it continues to meet the current requirements. Investing in regular electrical inspections and maintenance is a proactive measure that can prevent costly repairs, reduce the risk of electrical hazards, and extend the lifespan of your hotel's electrical system. A well-maintained electrical system is essential for the safety and comfort of your guests and the efficient operation of your hotel. Therefore, do not use Table 220.32 for hotels. Use NEC 517.43 and 517.43b instead.